Welcome back, Prater and the Ballgame, Idaho Sports Talk, Sports Radio, The Ticket. Appreciate everybody for with us this final hour of our Monday show. And did you attend the Capital City Classic? If you did, we want to hear from you. We want to know your experience. Call or text 208-424-9300. We're going to talk about that this hour. We thought it was a tremendous success, didn't we, Prater? Or pretty darn close.
I loved it. Want to see more of it. I want to see Boise State. I want to see tournaments. I want to see round robins. I want to see holiday classics. I want to see the Big Sky tournament. Let's slow that building up with a lot of basketball.
All right, but first, Taylen Green. We've been waiting, hoping, wishing for him to talk with the media, Prater. And after the Nevada game, Andy Avalos said, what he said about that. We'll get to that as well. But Taylen Green did have his first legitimate presser.
Well, I guess you can call it a press conference. 76 seconds and 2 questions, and then everybody was cut off. So there was one television reporter and one newspaper reporter. They each got their one question, and all of a sudden, Taylen Green was done. So it was very interesting to see him speak, and there wasn't really a lot out of it, but we're going to break this sucker down. I got some observations about his first answer. His second answer was pretty darn good as well, and then we're going to hear from Andy Avalos about why, the timing. Why Taylen Green?
Yeah, we wanted to have some fun with this. JP, let's have some fun with this. I mean, we've been waiting forever to hear what Taylen Green has to say, not just what he has to say, but how he says it. We didn't even know what this guy's voice sounded like. JP, roll it.
Idaho Sports Talk presents Taylen Green Speaks. For the first time in his Boise State career, quarterback Taylen Green speaks with the media. This is Taylen Green Speaks.
JP, you're the best in the business. Let's go. Prater said 70 or so seconds. Here's Taylen Green's first official press conference, if you can call it that.
Taylen, how much have you enjoyed the last month and over the last 5 weeks or so? What have you learned that it takes to be a successful quarterback at Boise State?
Yes, sir. I love the opportunity that the coaches gave me and just the opportunity. And I'm just blessed, and the team just opened me with open arms. And I just learned that each day you just got to take it play by play and just game by game. And each day you just have to go 100% and just even since San Diego State, just learn every single play what to do and what not to do. And that's what my mentality has been.
What's this ride been like for you? And now you get a chance to play for Mountain Division.
Yes, sir. Oh, it's been crazy. I mean, but it's been really fun. I mean, it's football, it's a game, and I've been playing this my whole life, and it's just gotta love it. I mean, that's why I came here to win a Mountain West championship. But it's not because of me. It's because of our team and just the coaches just making everything just simple and just communication, and that's what I love. And of course, I got to give the credit to the line, Kate Connie, OJ. They're really making things easy for me and just communication at the line. That's what we're doing.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
There you go. That's it. That's the end of it right there. Very, very interesting. All right, so we're going to break that sucker down. So, JP, can you fire up just that first answer? No questions, no follow-up, just his first answer.
Yes, sir. I love the opportunity that the coaches gave me and just the opportunity. And I'm just blessed, and the team just opened me with open arms. And I just learned that each day you just got to take it play by play and just game by game. And each day you just have to go 100% and just even since San Diego State, just learn every single play what to do and what not to do. And that's what my mentality has been.
All right, Ballgame, your first observations, thoughts.
Someone taught him that cliches are your friend, and use them, know them, love them. Prater, I got a play-by-play. I got a game-by-game. I even got 100% in there. I mean, I got a lot of, just happy to be here, help the ball club, and good Lord willing, things will work out.
My first observation, I mean, the very first words out of his mouth were, yes, sir. So that always hits hard for me. That tells you that this kid is grounded. You don't say yes, sir, unless you learn that from your parents. So all the things that they're saying about Taylen Green and the way he conducts himself, they've been saying this stuff for about a year. Right there, the first two words, yes, sir. I thought that was very good, and we'll continue that conversation with answer number 2. You missed 4 cliches, by the way, Ballgame. He had 7 cliches in that first answer. Love the opportunity. I'm blessed. Open arms, play-by-play, game by game, 100%. Go. Yes, the cliche factor, the cliche machine was absolutely on fire there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many seconds that was, probably 20, 30 seconds, maybe a little bit longer. And if he can cram in 6, 7, maybe 8 cliches in there, he's well on his way to a coaching career.
27 seconds.
27 seconds and at least 6, maybe 7 cliches. That is very impressive, Ballgame.
Yep. Did you say open arms?
Yes,
Did you
sir.
get that one? Yeah,
Yes,
that was
sir.
a good one too. This team has welcomed me with open arms, and yeah, beautiful. I mean, they're your friends in this business, and Taylen Green learning that very early on. What about the second answer? Should we have some fun with this one too, JP?
Oh, it's been crazy. I mean, but it's been really fun. I mean, it's football, it's a game, and I've been playing this my whole life, and it's just gotta love it. I mean, that's why I came here to win a Mountain West championship. But it's not because of me. It's because of our team and just the coaches just making everything just simple and just communication, and that's what I love. And of course, I got to give the credit to the line, Kate Connie, OJ. They're really making things easy for me and just communication at the line. That's what we're doing.
All right. Now, there was a JP cutout, and I think he said it while the second question was being asked, but there was a second yes, sir in there. So he started this answer with a second yes, sir. So that really struck me again. He's definitely a yes, sir, no, sir kind of guy. And I love that. And I'm very impressed by that. And that's very, very cool. After that, one of the things they teach you in these interview sessions is just show be yourself, show that you're a human. And he's out there throwing around words like, this is crazy. This is fun. It's just a game. It's football. And I really, really like that answer because automatically he goes into the human side of why he's playing football. It's crazy. It's fun. It's football. He's been doing it his entire life. I thought that showed a really strong human side element of him. And I like that an awful lot. Then he goes off and does the second most important thing. You credit your teammates and your coaches. And I thought that was pretty good. But he screwed up massively. He screwed up big time. This might be the biggest mistake he's made so far. When he went to credit his offensive line, he only named 2 of them. You can't just name 2 of your offensive linemen. You've got to name all 5 of them, and maybe even 6 or 7 to throw that in there. So, he's going to regret that one. It's going to come back and bite him. I'm joking, guys. It's going to come back and bite him in the ass. But you know what? A young freshman quarterback, when you want to credit your offensive line, don't just mention 2 of them. Make sure you mentioned all 5 of them.
Yeah, I mentioned John Ojukwu on the ends and giving
he
him
did
some
mention
help.
Ojukwu.
Yeah.
He mentioned KHG and Ojukwu. He left, and KHG is barely even playing, although he's been playing more. The guys that have been out there busting their butt for him, they didn't get mentioned. They're going to feel a little slighted.
Yeah, I thought he was mentioning those guys too. Apparently, they might be helping him in the protections and whatnot. I thought that was a shout out there. But yeah, he mentioned 2 of his linemen out of the 5. This kid, I mean, there's going to be a lot of these pressers to come, and this was the first one, but I don't know if people caught this, but at the way end of the presser, you hear a sports information director of Boise State say, what, that's it, guys? You're done.
Yep.
That was by plan, correct? Hey, you give him 2 questions and pull him out of there. Prater, you've been to a lot of those. What do you think went by?
I don't know if that was the plan or not. I have no idea what the plan was. So,
yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. Usually when you get a press conference, you get the kid for 8, 7, 8, 9, whatever many minutes, at least like 6. They just gave him 2 questions, and then they were like, okay, that's all you get. Get him out of here. I wonder why they did that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Sometimes they're scrambling to get on the bus. The bus was in the background. This was in the this was outside between the locker room and the bus.
Okay.
I've done 1,000 of those interviews as you're hurrying to get on the bus. Maybe they had to get on the bus. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Maybe that was the plan. I don't know. But 76 seconds, 2 questions, 2 answers, 2 yes sirs, and done. He's done. And he's not on the list for media interviews this week. I don't know if he's going to be on the list for media interviews next week. And we'll see how all that shakes out. But we did ask Andy Avalos during today's press conference about the timing of why he threw Taylen Green out there post-game. I asked him, why now, Coach Avalos?
It's always been part of the plan. We just didn't tell you guys that. There's always a plan.
Again, we're on our schedule and what we do. We don't cater to everybody else. It is about our team and our family here. And there's been a plan set in place for weeks now. He's awesome. He's doing a good job. Our main focus with him isn't him talking to the media. Like, that's not even secondary to what our focus is, but to provide him the opportunity to continue to grow and to do things. That's what's most important for him. Number one, as a person. Okay. Let's not forget that he is a college student, and how he handles all of this is extremely important. All these guys are like our own sons. That's what we would want from it. If it was my son and he was away at college, I would want to make sure that he is continuing to grow as a young man and he's learning, and he is doing so. And being able to focus on him leading himself, leading the other men around him on the field. And that's been our main focus. Taylen's an awesome young man that could get up in front of here and talk too. But I'll say this too, there's a lot of unnecessary that we keep him from coming up here. You know that, Mike.
What's the unnecessary?
I don't know. I don't know. I got a couple of issues with that. One, the plan. We've had the plan in place for, I think he said, several weeks.
Yeah.
Was the plan several weeks ago that he's going to talk at 1 o'clock in the morning after the Wyoming game, or after the Nevada game in the parking lot? Was that the plan? Coach has got to say what he's got to say, but that answer didn't really set well with me. He said it's not the main focus. Nobody ever asked him to make it the main focus. We just a couple of weeks ago asked if we could speak to Taylen Green.
Yep.
It doesn't even have to be the secondary focus. Obviously, we're smart enough to understand that the main focus is him to win football games. The secondary focus is to be a good teammate. The third focus is to be a good human being. So I understand all that. So I didn't really need the scolding there in terms of, I totally understand that the media asking for Taylen Green to talk was not a focus. And then grow as a person. Andy Avalos wants Taylen Green to grow as a person. Well, one of the things that one of the beautiful opportunities of being a football player and being a public figure is, going out there and interacting with people. And I know it's in due time. And, through these media interviews, that helps you grow as a person. I would admit he handled it like a pro. Taylen Green was spectacular after the game on Saturday night. He said all the right things. We just kind of went through it and had some fun with it, but he said mostly all the right things. And that's going to help him grow as a person. And I hope Andy Avalos throws him out there a couple more times, but the plan,
calculated the first blowout win we'd have. He's going to talk after that. In the parking lot between the locker room and the bus at Nevada at 1 a.m. Like you said, that's the plan here. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it was, the plan was in 6 weeks he's going to talk, and that was the 6th week. But if they would have lost to Nevada, I can promise you Taylen Green is not talking to the media after that game.
100% agree with that. 100%
it wouldn't happen. And it was I think the reason was what? It was a blowout. You think the time meant something? It was 1 a.m. and Andy knew that, hey, there's not going to be a ton of people up listening to this. They might catch it at some point, but did that factor in your opinion, the time?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that they were probably, when they had a plan, it was just, and talking to the people down there, I've been talking to those guys, the sports information, the media people for the last 2 or 3 weeks about this, because we're working on another project, and they've always said that there's a plan and got no problem with the plan.
Okay.
Whatever their plan is, that's fine. And that's very consistent with what Andy said today in terms of, yes, we have a plan about how we're conducting Taylen Green. So they have had a plan. I just don't know. Maybe the plan was a little bit more broad coming, later on after he gets down a couple of games, maybe after a win, maybe after he plays, maybe he had to check a certain amount of boxes before he was available post game. And I would certainly like to see him being available, during the week. And it's not because of us. It's not because I'm dying to hear Taylen Green speak. I don't follow any athletes on Twitter, and I firmly buy into the Bobby Dye school of thought. Nobody ever paid these athletes to listen to him talk. We want to watch him play. And I firmly believe in that. But, we would like to pass it on for you guys. Everybody wants to hear Taylen Green. It's part of the evolution of this dude as a quarterback. And we're fired up to watch him play for the next 2 or 3 years. And we're going to dive deep into Taylen Green tomorrow with a question that I asked Dirk Cutter today and something that we talked about this morning in our production meeting. You guys ready for this one?
This is what I was going to say, Prater. If people like their Taylen Green talk tomorrow, It goes to another level.
We might take it to a ridiculous level tomorrow, but tomorrow, and I'm not going to tease too much of this, but I did preface it by saying when I asked this of Dirk Cutter today, I said, you know, I know we're early on in his career, and I know 6 weeks ago we were even challenging coaches, can Taylen Green even throw a freaking football? That was us 6 weeks ago. And then today, we very much want to talk about Taylen Green's future and Taylen Green's future about playing on Sundays.
Yep.
We're going there that fast, that early. We're going there, ball game.
Got some good stuff on that note as well. Were you at the Capital City Classic? If so, thoughts, 208-424-9300, Fat Guys Fresh Deli Hotline, or shoot us a text. How did all that come together, the Capital City Classic? How was it? We want to know. We're talking about it when we come back. A busy day in Boise was last Saturday. We're Prater in the Ballgame.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios.